What up, folks? I am Ultrazilla, and what I have here is a bootleg Playmates Mechagodzilla from GVK. This comes from Mexico, and it is quite interesting because this does a lot of things that the Playmates doesn't do. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So this figure comes with two accessories. First up, we have a clear red heave. This is like the Playmates, except it's clear. It looks like a gummy. Do not eat it. But yeah, it's exactly like the heave, except in clear red plastic, which is kind of cool. We also get a little flame effect. It's really little. And I don't know where this comes from originally or if they just made it, but it's also in that same clear plastic, clear red plastic. It is what it is. It's okay. It is tiny, but there is a hole here, and you stick it just like that, and now he's just kind of vomiting proton scream. It's kind of silly, but it's a thing you can do. So as you can see, this thing is very well painted. Unfortunately, that is, that is in detriment to the articulation. They just eliminated a lot of the articulation altogether because you can't close his mouth. He's forever in that. The arms are just swivels now. And the legs are also just swivels. There is no ankle rocker. Not that the other one had ankle rocker, but ankle articulation it had. This does retain articulation here in the tail. So that's pretty cool. This does not seem bendy, even though it's bending, but it's not really bendy. So you do lose some of the articulation. The Playmates had articulation in the ankles, and these kind of swiveled out as well as the legs. So you lost all of that. So taking a look at Mechagodzilla in full, I mean, if you have any of the Playmates, you know the proportions. It's good. But like I said, it's missing some articulation, so it does make it a little bit different as far as what you can do in it. That said, it's okay because it makes up for it in looks. Now, it's not perfect. It's a bootleg. But it's cool that they did this, like, really translucent plastic. It's different than the translucent plastic on the Proton Scream Battle Mechagodzilla. It's a lot more rubbery, and they also made the shoulder pads translucent as well as these leg pads. So that's a bit different than what we got before. Now, like I said, not perfect because, this happened on mine. The glue separated from that. I will have to glue it back down, but I'm afraid that the material will get eaten up, but we shall see. You also see some little frayed bits here and there, but overall, I like the look of this. It's very, very clear, and it looks great over this body that they did here, because the paint is really cool. It's silver and then gunmetal over it, and the way it's brushed on is just so good. I really like it a lot. I mean, it's thick, but you can tell, like, it's not perfect. Again, you have excess parts here and there, but I really like the look of it a lot. I mean, again, yeah, it's not perfect, but it looks nice. And of course, you see this interesting part here. The chest has a big hole in it, and we'll take a look at that shortly. However, check this out. you got red paint here and here, which none of the Playmates have as far as this size. It's amazing. Like, I like it a lot. The red paint goes a long way. Again, it's not perfect, but it's there, you know? And I think that. I'm not going to go crazy over the sculpt. If you've seen it, you've seen it. But, I mean, I will look at it. It is really nice. And as you can see, a really good paint job. And I think this is pretty cool, better than what we got, which was like nothing. Just makes this sculpt pop. It just says a lot about the Playmates sculpt. It's just really well done. The bottom of the feet look great. The legs, the arms. Very, very nicely done. You know, and I kind of like how they covered up these sections here, which is different. You can see where the holes were, but the way they covered for that, the pinholes for, you know, the articulation points, but the way they covered for it, I don't know. It just, they did a good job, in my opinion. I do like it. The back, I'm surprised they didn't make these parts translucent red, but it's okay. The tail even looks good, you know. The same paint job is applied, and it actually looks cool, even though it's different material. So that's pretty well done, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this looks really nice, guys. I do. As far as the head sculpt, the eyes are painted red. His mouth is permanently open. You know, it is what it is. His mouth is permanently open. The eyes done in red look pretty good. You know, it's like they're glowing. There's like a lot more paint there. Yeah, it's sloppy, but you know, it's glowing. But I like it. You know, I do. It does. I think this is translucent. It is translucent plastic. Huh, that's painted over. Now that, my friends, is very interesting. You see that? The lower jaw is translucent plastic. Huh. I don't even think it is painted over. Is the whole head translucent? Yeah, it is. Okay. It makes me wonder if most of this is. But anywho, paint looks good. I like it. So very interesting. It's pretty cool. Oh, I did something. And last but not least, you might have just saw it at the end there. This does have a gimmick here, and obviously that's what this circle cutout here is for. Well, what they did is, it's not perfectly done, of course. I see all those lines in there. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But if you press it, it lights up and does different things. Like that. Let's get some, cut out some of the lights here, so you can see that a little bit nicer. Still need more lights cut out. So that's pretty cool. And then it flashes like that. And press it again, and it does that. How awesome is that, guys? It's a party. So shut off the lights even further so you can see that that lights up all the way to the back, to the sides. That's pretty cool. Now, I don't think if you put the flame in its mouth, that'll light up, but I could be wrong about that. So, well, it'll light up in the sense that it's in front here. But otherwise, but that's cool that it goes all the way to the back dorsal fins. I really like that. And you can see here through the shoulders. That's awesome. That's really, really awesome. I think that's the final one. Yeah, there you go. One last thing to note if you're thinking about getting this. He does stand a little bit off. Like, just the way that they made it. And there's no, like, articulation in those ankles. So, one ankle is bent a little bit on mine. This way, inwards. He's got, like, knock knees, you know? And yeah, he stands a little bit odd. You can get him to stand fine, but it can be a little bit odd depending on how you pose it. And for your size comparisons, here is this Bootleg Mechagodzilla with a bunch of other Playmates toys that you might have in your collection, including, of course, Kong, Battle Mechagodzilla, and I think that was the Battle Roar Godzilla. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But just to look at these two guys, very interesting. It feels like the head is a little smaller on the new one, like the nose and stuff. But that just could be, on transfer here. And you can see how, they really pretty much recreated the arms, the shoulders, which is interesting. That tends to happen when, you're doing something a little bit differently with it, with the mold. So, and obviously the chest is completely, had to be hollowed out and redone. So that's, there's some work in here. And as you can see, the dorsal fins are different, not only different type of plastic, but, different translucency. And then you got this and that and a lot of stuff here. I love this guy, but man, that's really cool. And my final thoughts, I like this thing. It's really cool. In my opinion, something unique, something definitely different from a bootleg. There's work in this, guys. There is. It's like a custom, I wouldn't doubt that these are custom figures. I saw really just one seller selling them, but I didn't look too far. I found this guy and someone linked it up, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. And shout out to MIB, because he linked up originally for a different figure that this guy did, and I went over and was like, whoa, I like this one. Instead. This is awesome, in my opinion. I really like the paint job a lot. Yes, he stands a little bit odd. Yes, one of the dorsal fins, it came unglued a little bit. But I really like those translucent dorsal fins. I like the red paint on this guy. I like the silver and gunmetal. It's just really well done, in my opinion. Don't care for the heave or the fire, but whatever. It's just about the figure itself. It's very cool. It's a unique thing. It's gonna run you about 45 bucks shipped, guys, if you want it. That's much more expensive than, getting a regular Playmates and probably just doing something like this yourself. But the light gimmick is a bit of work. All of this is a bit of work. I don't mind paying for that. It was cool, and it's shipping from Mexico, so you're obviously gonna be paying more for shipping. But I don't know. I don't have a regret in this. I really don't. I think it's very cool and a unique piece, and I'm happy to have it. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. And please like, comment, subscribe, share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out.